Hello everybody and welcome back to Sweet and Sour Soccer and welcome back to Premier League predictions for game week 25. We are really storming through the season now. Speaking of storming through, guys, we are well over 2,100 subscribers. If you subscribed, thank you so much. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, do us a favour. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you are enjoying these types of prediction videos. I think you are. The views tell me that you do. Guys, without further ado, let's dive straight in. And the first game is Manchester United versus Southampton. Both these teams have won 2 games out of their last 5. Both these teams have picked up 8 points from their last 5 games. However, Manchester United have only scored 7 in those 5 games. Southampton, on the other hand, have scored 10. And of course, Spurs, really unbelievable result, coming back from a losing position to win 3-2 against Spurs midweek. United, obviously a draw against Burnley, just an all-round poor performance. The whole team, Maguire especially, it's just not working there at United. And for that reason, I think I'm going to go a draw again. And if I was going to pick a winning team, I probably would say Southampton. Brower, the way he's carrying on at the moment, I think that's 6 league goals this season, 1 more than Lukaku, who, of course, is on loan from Chelsea. Ward-Prowse, 2 assists in the last game. I am going to go for a draw, but if I was going to pick a winning team, it would be Southampton. But I'm going to say 1-1. Coming on to Watford versus Brighton. Watford, last time out, that 1-0 defeat to West Ham, a deflection by Jared Bowen, giving West Ham all 3 points. Brighton, not won in the league since December 16th. Now, they do draw a lot of games, yes, and that will keep them roughly where they have been for a lot of the season, around about 9th, 10th in the league. Their last defeat was, I'm happy to say this, against Wolves, 1-0. Roman Saiss actually got the goal just before half-time. 4 draws in their last 5, though. So, again, going along nicely, picking up points. I think this will be a Brighton win. I think they'll get the 3 points. I'm going to say 2-0 to Brighton. Coming on to Brentford versus Crystal Palace. Brentford, 5 losses in a row. I just really wonder, where are we going to be for Brighton in the upcoming weeks? Are we going to say they're in a relegation battle? Back in November, December, that was unthinkable. But you lose 5 games in a row in the Premier League, and it's disastrous. Palace, only 1 win in their last 5 and no wins in their last 4. I think I might give Brentford a draw here. Of course, Palace in their last game against Norwich, not a great performance. I think I might go 1-1. I think I might go 1-1. Brentford's last win was January 2nd. I think it was against Villa, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not used to winning, and I don't think they'll win this one. 1-1, Brighton and Palace. Coming on for me, the biggest game of the weekend. What a game. Honestly, I'm counting down the hours to watch this game of football, and I don't support Everton or Leeds. What a game this is going to be. Everton's last time out, an embarrassing 3-1 defeat to Newcastle. Leeds, unbelievable performance against Aston Villa. 3-1 down, comes back to 3-3. Daniel James with the brace. Tyrone Mings, who made a mistake in every single Leeds goal, but we'll come on to that later. I think this will be a score draw. I think I'm going to say 2-2. I was tempted to say 3-3 just because of the defences of both teams is so poor. But I think I'm going to go 2-2, Everton and Leeds. Coming on to Norwich versus Man City, I think this one is it just one of those where you pick a score? But saying that, Norwich have picked up 7 points from their last 3 games, going along very nicely. They're currently sitting 18th on 17 points. Go back 2 weeks and it was a very, very different picture down at Carrow Road. I could look like a genius and say 1-1, and if it comes off, I'm a god. But I think I'm just going to say 3-0 to Man City, and I'm sure Norwich fans, you'd understand. Manchester City 3, Norwich 0. Coming on to Spurs versus Wolves. Spurs have lost their last two. Wolves, of course, last time out, only last night, that 1-0 defeat to Arsenal. I don't think there'll be many goals in this. Spurs have only scored 28 goals this season in the league. Wolves only 19. It's really, really not good. The fact that we are semi in a top 4 race and definitely in a European race after scoring 19 league goals is quite frankly just absurd. I think for the first time since doing these predictions, I think this is the first prediction I've given where I've predicted Wolves to lose. We're just not scoring goals at the moment. We're missing players. Neto is going to return soon. Johnny's going to return soon. Hwang might make an appearance against Spurs, but I think I'm going to say Spurs 2, Wolves 1, and hope, as a Wolves fan, I'm pleasantly surprised. We come on to Newcastle versus Villa. Newcastle in unbelievable form at the moment. Unbeaten in 4 games, 2 wins and 2 draws. 8 points out of 12. You will take that all day long. We mentioned Villa earlier when we're speaking about Leeds. That 3-3 draw against Leeds. Amazing game for the neutral, but just shipping goals. Very unlike Steven Gerrard. And I mentioned earlier Tyrone Mings. I think people are starting to see the player that I've said is for a while now. Everyone started to get a bit juiced up on him after playing the first few games at the Euros when Harry Maguire wasn't fit, if you remember, played pretty well, Tyrone Mings, but he's just not a very good defender. He's made the most errors leading to goals, I think, in the last 3 years. Just not good, and I think he'll probably make a mistake this weekend as well. I think I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. I think I'm going to say 2-1. Newcastle at home. We've seen the videos of St. James's Park. The flags are flying. Everyone's boisterous. Unbelievable atmosphere. I'm going to say Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 1. Coming on to Burnley versus Liverpool. Get this. Burnley haven't won a game of football in the Premier League since October 30th. It is now the 11th of February. October 30th, the last time Burnley won a game of football in the Premier League, and that was against Brentford. It was actually a 3-1 win as well, a very convincing win. Liverpool going along nicely. They've won their last 3 games and they've scored 8 goals in that run as well. Very convincing midweek result. Well, last night actually, against Leicester, 2-0. Very good performance from Diaz as well. Really good debut for him, and of course Diogo Jota. What a season that guy is having. Don't see anything but a Liverpool win. I think it could be 2-0, it could be 3-0, it could be 3-1, it could be 4-0. I don't think Burnley will score, and I think I'm going to say 3-0. 3-0 to Liverpool against Burnley. Coming on to the last game, Leicester versus West Ham. We just touched on Leicester, that 2-0 defeat. Conceding a lot of goals this season, 39, and they haven't even played anywhere near the most games. Of course, West Ham have played 24. I think Chelsea have played 24. Manchester City, I think, have played 24. Leicester have only played 21, and they've still conceded 39 league goals. Really, really poor performance from Leicester this season at the back, and they've only picked up 4 points from a possible 15 available to them. Really, Brendan Rodgers at the moment is under some serious pressure. West Ham, we mentioned at the top of the episode, they got that 1-0 win over Watford last time out. A very lucky deflection from Jared Bowen. I think their performance was good. If they'd have won from a well-worked goal, 1-0, I think you'd say, yeah, they deserved the win. So Bowen's goal was very fortuitous. However, I think they did enough to get the victory. They are sitting 4th, 40 points on the board now for West Ham, but they're only 1 point ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal are 5th on 39 points. Arsenal have got 2 games in hand. If they win both of those, it's a big if. Semi big if, but if they win both of those, you go from being 1 point ahead in 4th to 5 points behind, and that's a big mountain to try and claw back. I think I'm going to go a draw, though. Leicester are going to have to put in a performance. And if Leicester start the game badly against West Ham, the fans at the King Power are going to be right on them and kick them into gear. I think I'm going to say a draw. I don't think there'll be many goals. I think I'm going to say 1-1 between Leicester and West Ham. And the last game should have been Chelsea versus Arsenal, but of course, Chelsea have got through to the Club World Cup final, so that has been postponed. Guys, as always, do comment and let me know your predictions. Hit that like button as well. And please subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? Do it. Amazing channel, if I can say so myself. Guys, stay safe and we'll see you again. Take care.